Hi, I'm Scott Strickland, head groundskeeper for the Durham Bulls, and this is Strick'S Tips, presented by Bayer Crop Science. Today we're going to talk about watering. With the dog days of summer approaching, it's very important to water your yard. You can put all the fertilizer out you want to, but unless you water it, it's not going to grow. What you want to do is water your grass about 2 or 3 times a week for about 30 minutes per area. This way, the roots will go deep into the soil profile and they will be able to survive the hot summer months. The best time to water your yard is when you get home from work or in the morning before you go to work. If you water during the afternoons, the humidity and the hot temperatures will produce disease in your yard. That's not a good thing. Another important aspect of watering is water conservation. Make sure your sprinklers are watering your grass and not your driveway. This has been Strick'S Tips, presented by Bayer Crop Science. And remember, no water, no grass. Hi, I'm Scott Strickland, head groundskeeper with the Durham Bulls, and this is Strick'S Tips, presented by Bayer Crop Science. Today we're going to talk about what type of grass you should have, how you should mow it, and when you should mow it. Here at the DBAP, we have ryegrass overseeded on Bermuda grass. This requires us to cut it every day at about 1/2 inch. In your yard, you should have tall fescue. You don't want to mow it short, you want to mow it at about 3 inches tall. Keeping your grass tall and thick will help improve the quality of your yard throughout the summer. Another important aspect of mowing is keeping your blades sharp. If your blades aren't sharp, it'll tear your grass and turn it brown. It's a good idea to take your mower to Revel's Tractor Company to get them to sharpen your blades and keep your grass looking nice and green. Also, when you mow your yard, you want to make sure you don't do it the same direction every time. If you switch up directions, it'll keep your grass looking a lot greener than your neighbor's. Until next time, I'm Scott Strickland, and this has been Strick'S Tips, presented by Bayer Crop Science. Happy mowing! Hi, I'm Scott Strickland, head groundskeeper for the Durham Bulls, and this is Strick'S Tips, presented by Bayer Crop Science. Today we're going to talk about fertilizing. Before you put your fertilizer in the spreader, you want to make sure everything is nice and clean and the holes aren't obstructed. During the year, you want to use a nice balanced fertilizer that will apply all essential nutrients to your grass. The most popular question I hear when it comes to fertilizing is, when should I fertilize? I recommend you fertilize 4 times a year. This will store proper nutrients in your soil and will give your grass a nice even color throughout winter. Now that we've covered cleaning your spreader, what type of fertilizer to use, and when to use it, we need to talk about the proper way to fertilize. When you're setting your spreader, you want to look on the back of the fertilizer bag and take the recommended rate and cut it in half. This will evenly distribute your fertilizer and maximize your results. Now that you know how to properly fertilize your yard, you'll have the best looking lawn on the block. Until next time, this has been Strick'S Tips, presented by Bayer Crop Science. Hi, I'm Scott Strickland, head groundskeeper for the Durham Bulls, and this is Strick'S Tips, presented by Bayer Crop Science. Today's topic is brown patch. Most lawns in the triangle are made up out of tall fescue. Tall fescue is a great looking grass year-round, but it has a tendency of producing brown patch. Brown patch is very easily recognized. It produces brown patches anywhere from 6 inches to several feet wide. Brown patch is very hard to control, but there are a few things you can do to help prevent it. The first thing you can do is to not mow your grass too short or too tall. If you mow your grass too short, it reduces the plant's ability to produce energy. If you mow your grass too tall, it serves as a melting pot for disease. So mow your grass at about 3 inches tall. The next thing you can do is to water your grass late at night. Prolonged periods of wetness and heat is a major ingredient to brown patch. Brown patch is a very hard disease to control, but if you follow these tips, it'll help prevent it from popping up in your yard. Until next time, this has been Strick'S Tips, presented by Bayer Crop Science.